Gentlemen, get your marks. Get set.
Coming in, running in, wheels on my heels and blades on my legs, and I raise like a wave. 4 minute mile, man, official and efficient in ripping up a session, knocking rhythm on a pendulum.
Pico Boulevards, my semi-block, and I run so far that it's hard to walk. My people are racing and don't even know what I'm racing with, it's hard to drop. So I'm in the stars, our parties rock so hard the clock stop. Dissect the milliseconds, times in the chop shop.
Mercury circling the painted rings. The team is surfacing purposely with angles and sprout wings. Off of the starting line with perfect balance and lean. Aerodynamic machine when the lights turn green.
Ahead of my time and behind it, aligned it. Sign on the line, declined it, redefined it. The mind shine down and blinded. Try to find it, commission for the mission of vision. Yeah, we designed
You
it.
wanna battle me beautiful, consider it imminent. Stick around to the sunset, you can wrestle my silhouette. Dance with danger, turn your anger to intellect. Be a star, I'm at your valley doing poetic pirouettes.
Fluid as the movements of Tai Chi. We travel quicker than light will funnel these bright beams in a night's dream. Spectators walk with a herd yet unseen. Only catch me at the finish with an image of blurred streams.
See this electronic layer beat and get a workout on the science from the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains. Thoughts and links like left to face the famous track team. The see this electronic layer beat and get a workout on the science from the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains. Thoughts and links like left to face the famous track team.
Flash bulbs, cast blows, and a rose for the games. Eyes fixed on me as I'm locked in my lane. Ascertain fame as I serrate the terrain. New world record, hoist my brain like a crane.
Flex contraction, stop action, photographic, automatic flashing. Finish line, photogenic, front page caption. Team captain, interactive calisthenic, even Cali
My
copacetic.
sweat beads curl like a string of pearls. Fantans swirl like murals, collages of girls. Bleachers bleed worlds, fatigue is so fertile. Hallucinate hurdles, half hare, half turtle.
The first kick is the flare gun, race to the snare drum. Hi-hats and setting the pace, the race is heat one. Running a 4-4, he's a thoroughbred steed. Pushing Rex all in the lead. It's like that ridiculous speed.
That's the motion, that's the made the people mad with math. I weigh too much, I say too much, I cut the game in half. Stealing force from F-14, feeding the needy. The Lincoln Lamborghinis, yeah.
Like MDMA and a touch of speed. The square root of E, I equal MC. I run for LA with Team English League. One with the breeze.
That bones out like M3.
The seed is electronic, lay a beat and get a workout on the sonics from the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains and floats and lace like left to face the famous track team. The seed is electronic, lay a beat and get a workout on the sonics from the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains and floats and lace like left to face the famous track team. From the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains and thoughts and lace like left to face the famous track team. The seed is electronic, lay a beat and get a workout on its sonics from the supersonic track team. If you wanna, we can train your brain to race like aeroplanes and bullet trains and thoughts and lace like left to face the famous track team.